Hey guys, this is Dustin with Top Deck, and today I'm going to be bringing you a Cyber Dragon deck profile. Now this is post the April 2020 ban list, even though Cyber Dragons didn't get touched. I feel like this is still a really good deck, and going into the new Master Rule, this deck just gets even stronger. And I decided to make a little bit heavier of a fusion build on this one. Since the new Master Rule, it's got some really good fusions, and on top of Infinity's good as well. But Cyber Dragons have always been a really favorite archetype of mine. So I'm really considering using this deck going forward. I've got a lot of experience with the deck. I really love it. And I think it's got a lot of board breaking abilities, with all the cards that you can run in this deck. So, without further ado, let's get into this deck profile. So, we are obviously going to be playing the 3 OG Cyber Dragons. I don't play the variant where you only play one of him. Machine Duplication is a very strong card. I think it's too strong to ignore, so running these at 3 is definitely a must. And then playing 3 core. Oh, that's really standard in a Cyber Dragon build. He searches any of your cyber spells or traps. And then if your opponent has a monster on the field and you have none, then you can special summon a Cyber Dragon monster from your deck to the field. So he's really strong. You want to be seeing him in your opening hand. Next 3 of is Hertz. So he'll either, upon sending him to the graveyard, he's going to add you the OG Cyber Dragon from your deck to your hand, or he can add a Cyber Dragon back from your graveyard to your hand. Now, with most of your Cyber Dragon monsters, they're all considered Cyber Dragon on the field and graveyard, so you can throw things like Core back to your hand, the regular Cyber Dragon, Naxter, all those guys. So he's a pretty good one to keep at 3 of, and he's got a lot of synergy, with some of the other cards being a light. Next one we're doing is Cyber Dragon Naxter. I'm only playing him at 2. I did do him at 3, and I just, I don't ultimately want to see this guy in my first hand. He's good for more of a mid-game, bringing back all your higher Cyber Dragons like the OG or Infinity, or anything, 2100 attack or defense you can bring back. So I don't think playing 3, I think 3 is a little too much. 2's pretty solid. I like that number. So I would definitely bring him back. Now I do choose to play 2 Cyber Dragon Veer. Now, getting board presence is huge, and he's a free summon. If you bring out anybody like Core or Hertz or any of your Cyber Dragon monsters, you get to summon him for free. Now, obviously, if you've got, say a Core and a Machine Dupe and him in hand, you want to summon the Core and then play your Machine Dupe. And then after you bring out your other 2 Cyber Dragons, you want to put him after because you don't want to mess up the attack, putting him over for Machine Dupe. So, but if you don't have Machine Dupe in hand, he's a good chain blocker for Core, so your effects goes off. So, I was actually running this at 3, but I just had to make some cuts. But I like seeing this in my opening hand. He's pretty much a you bring him out and you can go right into Seeger. He's a free Seeger, so I really like this card. Actually, I think he doesn't get enough credit, honestly. So that's it for the Cyber Dragon monsters of the deck. So I'm playing the 2 Galaxy Soldier. Now, there's people that go back and forth if I even play 2 or 3 of these. I understand why people do play 3. I get it, the last one's kind of a waste, quote unquote, but people are just arguing the fact that they want to see this in their hand and maybe not have to waste a search for it. So I understand why people play it at 3. I just don't have the room. So I'm playing the Galaxy Soldier at 2, but he's real good. He's an instant Infinity as long as you've got the Lights to Ditch in your hand. So Now for more of a breaking my opponent's board, I'm playing the one kaiju. He's searchable, which is really nice. I actually do want to find a way to bump him up to 2 in my deck. I'm just not sure what I want to get rid of. You know, because yes, he is searchable, but I'd like to see him in my opening hand or as much as possible. You know, I think having a searchable kaiju in the deck is very strong. You know, that's why Cyber Dragons have so many ways just to break through boards and outboards. You know, and if you can fit 2 in your build, you know, by all means, go ahead. You know, because this card is great. Now for the last monster, and not a lot of people play this, but I really think it's underrated, is Altanin. Now, he's searchable. I can search him with both of, you know, Cyber Emergency and Repair Plant. If you start early game, you search him out, you know, and you're going second to try to wipe your opponent's board, you know, you could summon 1 core, get the effect off, and then banish the 1 core, put him out, just to maybe bait through some negates on your opponent's side. You know, and it's just sends to graveyard, so it's not just destroying their monsters, it's just send them all to the graveyard. So it's nice, it's non-targetable, you know, just removal. You know, and he's a good way to bait through negates. You know what I mean? If you know, they will have to wait, they're gonna have to use a negate on it, or it's sending all their monsters to the graveyard. You know, and this could turn into an OTK card, because you know he gets 500 attack for each, you know, white monster you banish for it. And then since I play a heavier fusion build, like, you banishing cards isn't really a bad thing in this deck, because you can reoccur them. With the fusion spell in here, with Cyberload Fusion. So I really like this card. It's nice to have him in the deck. I can just search him out when I need him, you know, and wipe the entire board if needed. So I think keeping a 1-of in him is very important. I really like that card. Alright, so that's it for the monsters, guys. We're going to go on to the spells here, and we'll start with all the searchers of the deck here. So we're obviously playing the 3 Cyber Emergency. Really great card, just got a reprint too, so that's nice, because this thing was really starting to get up in price here. You know, but he searches any of your Cyber Dragon monsters. And he can also, you can discard a card if someone actually tries to negate it. You know, you can discard a card, add it back to your hand, and then just reactivate it. So this card is great. You must play 3 of these. Now for the other search one, I do play 2 Power Plant. I don't think 1's enough, honestly. I like to see 1 in my opening hand with my Cyber Emergency, because I'm wanting to add exactly all the pieces that I'm needing in that point in time, whether I'm going second, going first, you know, depending on what kind of board I want to build. So running 2 of those, I think, is good. I just don't think one's enough. And you know, if you run 3, I mean, that's really up to you. I probably wouldn't run 3. I just don't have that kind of room in the deck to run that many of them. But I think 2 is a really good number. And really, with all Mirage and everything, it's easy to get the effect up. I can always get a Cyber Dragon engraved, so that's never a problem here. Now for board presence, Machine Duplication, I mean, this card is just great in this deck. You know, you have so many targets, and you know, puts out 2 Cyber Dragons, instant infinity, you know, go right into your play. So definitely want to run 3 Machine Duplications. And then I'm just running the 1 Cyber Red system. You know, just helps, you know, get back monsters, or you know, summon out from your hand. And they're anything you bring back with this one is it can't be destroyed by card effects, which is nice. So I play 1 of those, and it's searchable too. That's what's nice in this deck, is like pretty much everything is searchable there. So now on to all the fusion cards that I play. I am running 3 Overload Fusion. This card is great. I'm really playing to go second, break through the board, and just pretty much OTK them is what I'm going to do. And so with that card, you're normally always going into Rampage Dragon there, and he's the dark that you can summon. So this one you can only make a dark monster with it. So I play 3 of them. This one isn't searchable. It's kind of why I'm playing it at 3, because I do want to see this one in my hand. Because banishing cards and then reusing them is huge in this deck. I like the recursion with how everything kind of synergizes with each other. So for the next one, this one is searchable, Cyberload Fusion. I did opt to play 2 of them, because yes, it's searchable, but if I want to recur them, like I've got a lot of cards that banish, you know, the Cyberload Fusions, the Altanin, and then I do play the trap there, that banishes for destruction, the overflow. So I like having 2 of those in there. And like I said, I'm playing a heavier fusion build, so I think that this card's great, and this is an easy OTK card. It's quick play, you know, and it protects. It's really nice. And then I am opting to play the 1 Power Bond. I really play this because we have the Anaconda now. So I mean, if I want to come out and double up a Rampage Dragon, you know, the 4200 attack, and can attack 3 times, I mean, that's just busting through boards. It's wicked good. I like to have the 1 really to target, and you know what I mean, because I think Power Bond's a really good card. You know, doubling the attack is just great. So I play 1 of these so I can just target it with the Anaconda there. So, and then for the last fusion, I play Super Poly. You know, again, because we're playing the Anaconda, it's really, I mean, quote unquote searchable, but you know, just to help break boards again, you know, or I can even use it to fuse my own Cyber Dragons to make something. So it's kind of a multi-purpose card in this one. So I just played it at the 1, you know, just to break through the boards that I might need to. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's go on to the traps. Playing the 2 Overflow. I like to have it. You'll see why I'm playing 2 copies of everything. You know, I see a lot of people just run the 1, or if they're running a complete control variant, you know, they may run 3. Mine, I just want to have some disruption on, you know, if I've got to go turn 1 and put up an infinity, I feel like you need some more disruption just besides 1 infinity. So I'm playing a little bit more traps in here than I normally do, but you'll see why I'm doing 2. So 2 Overflow, and then I'm running 2 Impermanence. You know, this one, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory in what this one does. It's a nice negate. You can drop it down from your hand if you got nothing on the field. You know, this is a great card. So I play 2 Impermanence, and then I'm running the 2 Evenly Matched. You know, just in case. I mean, me personally wanting to go second with the deck, really. You know, not being able to go into my battle phase isn't, you know, the greatest, but it's there if I need it, you know. So I'm only running 2 copies of that. And then for the last one, I'm running a Trap Trick. So I can search all the traps in here with Trap Trick, and you know, that's why I opted to play, you know, the 1 just in case I need to search any of the traps there. You know, I didn't have room to run any more of these, and but like I said, I'm not focusing on a huge trap build or control variant. It's just kind of there if I need it, you know, and I've got other ways to search Overflow if I need to. So this one's really to help me kind of search out, you know, Evenly Matched, you know, or maybe an Impermanence, you know. So, but I mean, it can search Overflow if needed. So, but like I said, I've got other ways I can search Overflow with my other Cyber Dragon cards. So, but that's it for the main deck. It's a clean 40. You know, let me know what you guys think there. I put a lot of time into that deck, and, you know, the thoughts of Master Rule 5. You know, and I just want to go with a heavier fusion build. So I'm going for bigger board presence and just break through the boards. And then even if I've got to go turn 1, you know, I can put up the negates and disruptions, you know, to make it back to my turn just to OTK them. So let's move on to the extra deck here. So we play the 2 Nova. you know, pretty self-explanatory, and you know, it helps you get into your to infinity. You know, got the nice new altar art there. I mean, I'm still a huge fan on the old art, though. Honestly, I still love that art too. But that's it for the Exceeds. I don't think you need more than that with those. Some people will even they'll just run um, they'll just run the one Nova there, you know, because they can reborn it, which, you know, it is correct, but I just keep it there in just in case I do need to go into it again and I can't somehow get the other one back out of the graveyard. Now I choose to run 2 Seeger. I found out I need that second one, you know, because if I don't OTK him and I need to go into another one, you know, he's a great level 2. You know, doubling, pretty much giving anybody an extra 2100 attack is just really nice, especially with Rampage Dragon. You know, that's usually the play I like to go into. So I play 2 of him. You know, going through 2 of these guys can happen, so I'd rather have the extra one there. I'm playing the 1 Platinum Gadget. You know, just helps me get an extra summon out onto the board if I need to. You know, if I'm just trying to go for a little more board presence. So it depends. You know, he's more of kind of, you know, to help you get that extra monster on board that you may need to, you know, finish out your combo there. So I play one of him, and then play the 1 Arm Mirage. You know, I'm not so sure I'm gonna really keep this in here. I really only keep it in there to get a Cyber Dragon to my graveyard, you know, to make some other of my cards live. But I've just really, I hardly ever find myself in that scenario, so I'm not so sure I'm gonna keep this in here. But for now, it's gonna take up a slot in mine. So I am playing the 1, and then this card, Anaconda. I love it. I think this gave this deck such a huge boost, being able to go into any of your fusion cards, you know, and not to mention Super Poly, you know, but just being able to, you know, I can pull out, you know, Power Bond on the first, you know, my first board. It's great. I love this card, so I would definitely be playing him in the deck. Now for my main man here, honestly, I play 2 Rampage. I was keeping 3 of them in there because I have gone through 3 of them before, so but I'm opting to try to keep it, it's a little bit tighter on the deck now. So I'm trying to keep him at 2 and just utilize my resources better when playing. So, you know, I'm playing 2 Rampage. He's, you know, honestly in my eyes the all-star of the deck. So he helps you OTK like almost every game. I do still play 1 Mega Fleet. I still think links are going to be very relevant in this game. So, I mean, people are still going to be playing Appaloosa, you know, just as an example. People are still going to be playing that card, you know. So, I think keeping at least 1 Mega Fleet in here is important. You know, I'd even argue that this maybe even should be at 2 just in case, you know, because it wipes out an extra deck monster, you know, just like that in the extra deck, the extra monster zone. So, you know, it takes care of Appaloosa like that. So, I mean, this card I still think is going to be needed in the new Master Rule. So, I would definitely keep at least 1 in there. And I do play the 1 Fortress. You know, he's nice, definitely against, you know, the Mirror Match or Orchist. Or if you drop the, you know what I mean, your Kaiju on their field and you fuse it off into this, you know, this has got, you know, definitely some synergy. But I would just play the 1. I don't think playing any more than that is necessary. And then I am opting to play the Cyber Twin Dragon. Now, not a lot of people play this. I kind of like him because he is, you know, he's a little bit higher attack than your other normal Cyber Dragon cards. He's got 2800 attack, and he can attack twice. You know, so if you power bond this guy, you know, he gets pretty big and he can attack twice. You know, it's really nice. And he takes 2 Cyber Dragons, you know, to make. So he's not hard to make. So I like keeping 1 of him in there. I've always liked this one, honestly. So he helps definitely with OTKs, but I don't know if he's gonna stay in there. He's who I put in for the, you know, last Rampage. So, and then lastly, I play the 1 Super Poly target, you know, Starving Venom. You know, I think he's honestly my favorite super poly target. So, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. I'm still working on the side deck that I'm doing for this deck, but for the most part, my main and side I'm pretty happy with. Um, I really think this is a great deck. It's definitely budget friendly now, since the search card definitely dropped in price since of the reprint. I think this is very, very good option for somebody coming in that, may want to pick up a deck for cheap and it to be competitive, because I think, I don't think people give Cyber Dragons enough credit. They they can break through a lot of boards and they can put up an Omni Negate, not a problem, going first, and setting disruption, and then, it's got non-targeting removal. Cybernetic Overflow, you can remove, you know, uh, 3, 4 different leveled Cyber Dragon monsters and pop 3, 4 cards, right away, and it's searchable. And then, if you just set it and it gets destroyed, you can chain and then you get a search from it if it's destroyed too. So, I think this deck has so much synergy. It's consistent, and it can OTK easily, and it can, like I said, it can put up the Omni Negate with Infinity. Searchable kaijus. There's so many good points to argue that this deck is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I don't think people give it enough credit, and I would definitely consider playing it definitely for the new Master Rules, because being able to put all your fusions out there and not having to worry about linking to go into them, I think is huge. So. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how your guys are doing your builds. I'd love to hear. I love the Cyber Dragon deck. It's definitely one of my favorites. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of my build, and let me know what you guys are doing. I know a lot of the control variants, since they think Mega Fleet's not going to be, as relevant in the meta now, but I still think links are going to be out there. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be playing it at 3, but I never really cared for the control version of Cyber Dragons. I like the more OTK, heavier on the fusions. That was just my personal preference, but that's the way I like to play Cyber Dragons. I'd rather break through that board, or just set up my turn 1 with my Infinity and, hopefully search a disruption, and it'd be enough for me to come back to my turn at OTK. So, I love the deck, but yeah, if you guys would like the content, please subscribe. Definitely going to be coming at you with some more deck profiles. I can do combo videos for you guys if that's what you like. I'm going to start doing some, sealed openings and giveaways and stuff like that. I'm just getting started with the channel, so I appreciate any support, you guys, and I love staying in touch with my subscribers and talking to people in the comments. So please feel free, guys. I guess I'll see you next time on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.